Topic 15, Seasons in Panama by teacher Nubia Colindres. There are many countries that go through four seasons: summer, winter, fall, and autumn. However, Panama, as many Central American countries, has a wonderful tropical and humid climate, and its citizens only face two seasons: wet or rainy and dry. The four seasons. We have winter, which is cold, snows in some places, trees lose leaves, and it goes from December to March. Spring, it rains and the temperature is warmer, flowers and plants flourish, it goes from March to June. Summer, it is hot with sunny days, erratic rain, it goes from June to September. And finally, autumn, the temperature changes again, it starts raining, trees can lose their leaves, it goes from September to December. Now the seasons in Panama, which are different, we have dry season, which starts in December and lasts up to April. The characteristics are hot, sunny days, outdoor activities, school vacation period, and trips to the countryside, for example. And the rainy season or the wet season, it goes from May to December. The characteristics are rainy days, storms, thunderstorms, vegetation grows and becomes green. Now let's see the glossary. These are the words related to the topic seasons in Panama. We have cloudiness, which is a noun. It's the state of the sky when it is covered by clouds. And cloudy, it is an adjective, covered with or characterized by clouds. Now we have cold, which means at a low temperature, and cool, of or at a low temperature. Daylight is the light of day, is sunlight. Hail is the precipitation in the form of irregular pellets of ice, usually associated with thunderstorms. Hot, it means having a high degree of heat or a high temperature. Precipitation is rain, snow, sleet, or hail that falls to or condenses on the ground. Rainy, characterized by full of or bringing rain. Snowy, covered with snow. Storms is a violent disturbance of the atmosphere with strong winds and usually rain, thunder, lightning, or snow. Sunny, bright with sunlight, which we saw before. Temperature is the degree or intensity of heat present in a substance or object. Thunderstorm is a transitory, sometimes violent storm of thunder and lightning, often accompanied by rain and sometimes hail. Windy is characterized by or exposed to strong winds. Now we're going to compare the words weather, climate, and season. Weather means it is the combination of temperature, humidity, precipitation, wind, cloudiness, and other atmospheric conditions at a specific time. It denotes a single event in a series of conditions which make up the climate. Climate is the average or typical weather for a given area over a relatively long period of time, sometimes 30 years. And season is a period of the year that is distinguished by special climate conditions. The four seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter, follow one another regularly. Each has its own light, temperature, and weather patterns that repeat yearly. Now we are on the grammar section. We're going to change. We're going to see the simple past. For the simple past, to form the simple past, we have in the affirmative form the subject and then the verb in past tense. To form the negative, we have to add the word or the auxiliary didn't before the verb, which is going to be then in base form. The question, to make the question, we have to place the word or auxiliary did at the beginning of the sentence, then the subject, then the verb in infinitive form. In the affirmative, we use the ed only for the regular verbs, and in the negative and interrogative, we only need the infinitive. So the verb in past tense is going to be only in the affirmative form. When do we use the simple past? With actions completed at a specific time in the past. It's a finished action, finished time. For example, the keywords or expressions that we have here are when, for example, yesterday, last week, in 2009, or any different year. For example, I play cards with them. This is a verb in past tense. We went for a walk last week. She didn't come with me last night. My friends didn't understand the mistake. And I have questions. Did you like the match? Did the concert finish at 10? The form of the past simple, we have the regular verbs that we mentioned before. We have to add the ed in all the persons. Talk, talk, play, played. So most verbs only add the ed. For irregular verbs, we have to study them as they have special forms in the past. For example, eat, ate, speak, spoke, have, had. Then you have to follow the rest of the list. The single past, the regular verbs, for the spelling, they have some rules. For example, the ones that most of them, to create the past, you have to add the ed. But if the verb ends in e, you only have to add the d. For example, live, lived, stare, stared. If they end in a vowel plus y, you have to add the ed. For example, stay, stayed, play, played. Also the case of study. Ending in consonant and y, change y to I, like study, and add ed. Try, tried. Carry, carried. In this case also study, because it ends in consonant plus y. If it is a word, one syllable, single vowel, only one, and ends in a single consonant, you have to double the final consonant and then add ed. For example, not is one syllable, so you have to, and one vowel, one consonant at the end, you have to double or copy again the last consonant. In this case it's a d. Nodded, rip, ripped. Also is the same as a stop, stopped. You have to write again the last p and then add ed. Two-syllable strands, two-syllable verbs. Stress on the second syllable and ending in a single consonant. If you see these conditions, you have to double the final consonant and then add ed. For example, commit, committed, prefer. So the stress is on the second syllable. Prefer, preferred, and then you have to couple again the last consonant. Now we're going to see the past continuous tense. It is formed with the subject, then the verb to be, but it past tense, and then the verb ending in ing. For example, she was cooking all morning. To create a negative sentence, you only have to add the not, the word not, after the verb to be. She was not sleeping when he came home. And then to make questions, you place the verb to be at the beginning, was or where, then the subject, then the verb ending in ing. Was she sleeping when he came home? So now we're going to see the two tenses together, past continuous and simple past. We are going to use the time expressions when and while. When plus short action. It goes before a verb in past tense, and then while is before a long action, which tells you to use the past continuous tense. For example, I was watching TV when Jim knocked the door. So we have some examples. I was watching TV when Jim knocked the door. We can have the same sentence in different order. When Jim knocked the door, I was watching TV. And using while, we have Jim knocked the door, that is past tense, while I was watching TV. So after the word while, we are going to use then the past continuous. We can place the word while at the beginning also, like when. So, while I was watching TV, Jim knocked the door. See? This is the combination then of the two verbs, when to use past continuous and when to use the simple past. So words that tell us when to use which verb tense, those are when and while. We have when for past tense and while with past continuous tense. Also, this is a review. When we mention cardinal numbers are the ones like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you have to keep those in mind. I know you know your numbers, so we're going to continue right now with the practice. Let's practice. We have here to complete the sentences. In this case, only use the past tense, past simple of the verbs in brackets or parentheses. My sister went to the cinema yesterday. So went is the past tense of go. Number 2, he did not like football, so he played volleyball. All of the verbs are going to be in past tense, remember. Number 3, he broke the window when he was 5. Number 4, my mom was very angry because we came home very late. We came home very late. Number 5, she told me the problem with her mom and I helped her. That is a regular verb with ed. Number 6, they didn't visit the museum of the town. They preferred going to the fun fair. Number 7 is a question. Did they visit the grandparents yesterday? Number 8, this is a question, but in this case it's the verb to be. Who were you with when the accident happened? Let's see the next part of the practice. In this case, you have to complete the sentences. Use the past continuous form of the verbs in brackets. Only the past continuous, remember. I was studying science for my test. Number 2, he wasn't doing his homework. 3, they were not playing rugby because they think it's boring. Number 4, questions. Were they listening to music when you opened the door? 5, she was going to the cinema but her friends didn't come. 6, that boy was playing the violin very well. Maybe he was having musical classes. 7, Jane, David, and Polly were watching TV when the light turned off. Number 8, I was beginning my English project when my sister fell. Let's see the next part of the practice. In this case, you have to complete this paragraph using simple past and past continuous. It was a rainy day of November. We came from school at 2 o'clock. We were not very hungry, but we were too cold. While we were walking with my umbrella, we found a coin. It was not a normal coin. It was a strange coin. We did not continue walking. We were a bit nervous. What should we do? Maybe we had to put the coin where we found it. We did this. We were walking on the street when a tall man asked us for the coin. We told him that the coin was at the beginning of the street. We didn't know what happened, so we continued walking. Now we're going to work with the cardinal numbers. We're going to make some calculations. You have to answer these 20 questions, but using numbers in words. Just a little reminder, what is the meaning of plus, minus, times, divided by, and equal, okay? How much is 9 plus 8? It's 17 in words, remember. Number 2, how much is 10 minus 7? 3. What is 5 plus 4? 9. How much is 9 plus 9? 18. How much is 10 times 100? 1000. How much is 45 minus 44? 1. How much is 25 divided by 5? 5. How much is 31 plus 21? 52. What is 90 times 0? The answer is 0. How much is 120 divided by 2? 60. How much is 103 minus 78? 25. How much is 69 plus 9? 78. How much is 21 minus 10? 11. What is 47 plus 33? 80. How much is 63 divided by 9? 7. How do you say this number? 1 million. How much is 90 plus 10? 100. What is 100 divided by 25? 4. How much is 18 plus 12? 30. How much is 75 plus 25? 50 minus 25, sorry. The answer is 50. Now, thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.